What's going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Y opposed to Pokemon X from last time, and today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Y Hardcore Nuzlocke edition with only electric type Pokemon only? Now, of course, we got to run down the rules real quick. If you guys do not know what a Hardcore Nuzlocke is, it's basically a harder Nuzlocke. So a Nuzlocke is a challenge containing these rules. The first encounter of every route will be the only Pokemon you're able to catch. Now, since we're doing a mono type one, the first Pokemon of that type is only available for us to catch. So it's going to be a bit different. Also, any Pokemon that faints equals death, so that's kind of annoying. And adding the hardcore stipulation on, hardcore means we have to play on set mode. We cannot use items inside a battle like a potion, but we can use hell items. That's okay. And we cannot over level our Pokemon, which is the most annoying rule you can think of, honestly. Those are the main rules of the challenge. Oh wait, I forgot one. The most important rule, actually. Each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So here are the nicknames I've chosen for this challenge video. If you guys want me to nickname after a Pokemon in my future challenges, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. If you guys can, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. So to begin off, our first Pokemon, electric type Pokemon, will be our starter Pikachu. Now I kind of just, edit a little bit so my starter is a Pikachu. You get the understanding of it. We got our electric type Pokemon as our starter. Now the first gym in this game, the level cap will be level 12, and there is no other electric encounters up into this point, so we have to make do with just a Pikachu. So once we do get into the first gym, it's against a bug type gym leader, Viola. Viola normally isn't that hard, but she is kind of difficult if you have not the right Pokemon for the job. And basically we just have to get very lucky with our Pikachu. So we start with our Pikachu against our Surskit. As we're going to Thunder Shock it, we're going to about 2-shot it. It's going to use up a potion, but that's fine. Gets down to really low red HP, and we can quick attack it and knock it out. And then it's going to send out its ace, Vivillon. This is the move we're looking for. It's going to Infestation me, which can almost murder me. Looks like I could about 3-shot it with 3 different Thunder Shocks, and we're able to beat Viola. Just like that. Just barely though. Barely. Got lucky with that. If it crit at any point, it would have been over. But we got the first gym batch of the game. Next up, we're going to face off against Professor Sycamore. We beat Sycamore. We get the cancel starters that we can't even use, so that's kind of a useless battle. Anyways, from there, we're going to head into Route 5, in which we're finally able to get ourselves a Pokemon. In here, our first electric type encounter will be a Minun. So Minun's going to be a pretty good Pokemon to have on our team, I guess. It's an electric type, so anything is better than nothing. Anyways, from there, though, we're going to train up our Pokemon. We're going to get the Pokeflute for the Snorlax, obviously. And then head into Glistening Cave, where we face off against the Team Flare members in here. Oh wait, I actually almost forgot. In here is Route 9. We can find our third Pokemon on our team, which is a Helioptile. Kind of cool. I really like Heliolisk, so it's actually kind of fun to use on this. I think he's a really underrated Pokemon. If you ever play Pokemon Showdown, that thing is fun to use on just vote switching back and forth. Anyways, we're gonna catch ourselves a Helioptile and then keep moving. In the yellow grass in Route 10, there are a few Pokemon for us to catch in here. Unfortunately, we get an Electrike. I kind of wanted an Eevee, but at the same time, I'm not really picky. I just kind of wanted an electric type Pokemon. Manectric's pretty cool, so we're going to catch ourselves an Electrike. And unfortunately, we have to forego the rest of the encounters in here. There are 3 possible Pokemon. I could have got a Jolteon, didn't get it. A Mocha in here and Electrike. We got Electrike, so it's kind of a mid-ground of what we wanted. We're also going to get the Thunderstone in here since we can't get an Eevee. We're going to evolve our Pikachu and evolve it into a Raichu. Don't look at the sidebar right now. It is a Raichu. Anyways, we can head into the second gym leader of the game, which is against Grant. Grant is going to be the rock type gym leader. We're going to start the battle using our Minun against him. And we're going to Thunder Wave down his Amora. Now, surprisingly, the gyms in this game are harder at the start than the end. Because I swear to you, the end gyms are a piece of cake. But these first gyms, especially this gym, I think this is one of the hardest gyms. This is the most underrated gym. It's up there with like Brawly and like all of them. It's underrated. We're going to paralyze down the Amora, then send in our Helioptile to Mud Slap it down to lower its accuracy. That's going to help us as we switch it back out into our Raichu. Raichu can basically just destroy the Amora. And from there, though, he's going to send out his Tyrant. I want to switch back into my Minun. I'm kind of sacking my Minun at this point to get Thunder Wave off, but sometimes sacrifices need to be made. We Thunder Wave down the Tyrant. It's going to knock out my Minun. It's okay. First death of the game. It's kind of annoying. My first Pokemon, ironically, too. But I'm going to send in my Raichu once again. I want to Electro Ball it because it is a boosted attack with the Paralyze on it. So 2 Electro Balls will knock out the Tyrant. and we beat Grant with only one sacrifice. We keep the rest of the Pokemon. If anyone was to get defeated, I didn't mind them at all. We went ourselves and catch ourselves a Dedenne, and then head into Mirror Cave. From there though, we're gonna head into Shadow City. We're gonna beat our rival. I don't know why they made us battle, but we had to battle. From there though, we're gonna head into the third gym of the game. The level cap for this gym is level 32, and we're gonna face off against Karina. We're gonna start the battle using our Dedenne against her Mienfoo. We're gonna start out getting clapped up by Fake Out. Then we're gonna Parabolic Charge and just knock out the Mienfoo for us. Pretty simple. We have Charm as a move, which we're gonna keep throughout the entire run, because Charm actually lowers the attack stat of the opposing Pokemon. I put a Nuzzle on the other Pokemon to paralyze it and then just weaken it down, and then regain my HP using Parabolic Charge. This is a broken strategy, really fun to do. We'll eventually knock out the Machoke, and her final Pokemon will be her Hawlucha. Now Hawlucha, kind of scary at face value, but I could Nuzzle it down, and then I could Charm it down, and then Parabolic Charge, just knock it out. So Dedenne really shine on there, just knock out the entire team of Karina by himself. And then from there, we're going to face off against Karina at the top of the Megastone Tower. I don't know if this counts, but I did technically lose a battle here. I forgot to click the Mega button, and then my Lucario just goes down in one shot. So I was like, ugh, that's kind of embarrassing, but I'm glad I could show that to you. Anyways, we're going to get the HM for Surf next, and we're able to teach our Helioptile Surf, which I'm very confused by. I did not know it could learn Surf, so I was going to use an HM user as Lapras. I was going to use him on my team, but I just needed to get across the water. I guess I don't need to use him at all. From there though, we're on Route 12, and our first encounter of an electric type Pokemon will be a Pachirisu right here. It's a free encounter, not too bad. We also got a Good Rod, so we head into Azure Bay, and we're able to catch ourselves a Chinchou. So our team is filled up at this point. We have 6 Pokemon, and we have a few more encounters to go. So from there though, we also want to go back and get the Sunstone, evolve our Helioptile into a Heliolisk, and then finally head into the 4th gym of the game. The 4th gym of the game's level cap is level 34, as we head in facing off against Ramos, the grass type gym leader, of course the most forgettable one, I swear. And we're going to start the battle using our Manectric against his Jumpluff. Jumpluff is kind of annoying. I'm just going to try to spark it, trying to get a Paralyze on it. But honestly, there's not much I could do against Jumpluff. So I'm just going to try to get chip damage. I get a static off on it. So something actually worked out pretty well. And from there though, we're going to switch out our Manectric into our Lantern. I don't know why. What if he had a grass move? Anyways, I'm just going to hit him with an Electro Ball. I should switch out into my Raichus. But I don't want to knock out the Jumpluff specifically. I want it to go down to like red HP. So Ramos is forced to use potions on it and waste all his potions on the Jumpluff, opposed to the Go-Go in the back. So once we waste all the potions on Ramos' side, we're able to knock out the Jumpluff, and then the Go-Go comes out next. It's going to knock out my Manectric. I'm going to sack it obviously, and now I want to switch out into my Dedenne. Dedenne is going to Nuzzle it and Charm it to lower his attack stat, and then at this point I'm kind of scared. He's pretty dangerous. He has Bodos, which knocks out my entire team, so I want to switch out into my Pachirisu. Pachirisu will Sweet Kiss it. It will confuse the Go-Go, as I'm able to do like 10 damage at a time. But it's going to knock me out using Bodos, obviously, and I want to switch back into my Raichu. Raichu's actually able to Electro Ball 2-shot it, as he gets paralyzed in Paralysis. And I'm able to knock out the Go-Go, as Ramos sends out his final Pokemon, which is Weeping Bell. I don't know why his ace is in the middle of his team, but you know what, good for him. It's easier for me at the very least. We knock out Ramos, and we get the 4th gym badge of the game. Now from there though, we're going to head into the power plant, and the power plant is overrun by Team Flare members, obviously. Just gotta clear it through. Once we clear it through, we're gonna have access into the 5th gym of the game, which is in Lumineo City, the electric type gym, and the level cap for this gym will be level 37. We head into the fight against the gym leader Clement. We're gonna start the battle using our Bolt Absorbing Lantern, which is very cool. We're gonna force out Clement's Pokemon into his Heliolisk, and then switch out into our own Heliolisk to Mud Slap it down to lower his accuracy. Now, of course, this doesn't work all the way down because he's beating me down. So I want to switch out into my Lantern, and Lantern eventually will chip it down. I switch out into my Raichu. It didn't work out too well. I waste all his potions though, but double team does not work as he keeps hitting me, and then I can't really get through him, and then I kind of risk it at some point. But send my Lantern once again. I want to just chip at it. Eventually Electro Ball will knock out the Heliolisk. Just eventually, it just takes a lot. I think it took all my PP off the Electro Ball, but eventually I'm able to knock out the Heliolisk, and his team is free from now on. Next up, he's gonna send out his Magneton. I Water Moves. Water Moves will be pretty effective against Magneton. So I could 3-shot it with Surf, which is nice. Take any hits he wants to give at me, and then Surf him down. Then he can switch out into his Amoka, which I'm able to Surf down as well. And we beat Clement with a lot of stalling. So we get the 5th gym badge of the game, and we can move on into Route 14. Now in Route 14, there is another Pokemon for us, and here Stunfisk is an electric ground type Pokemon, which I was excited to use. I thought he was a physical attacker. No, he's a special attacker, but I'm still excited to use him. Until I went into the next gym of the game, the 6th gym of the game, which the level cap is at level 42. So we're going to face off against Valerie, the fairy type gym leader of the game. We're going to start the battle using our Raichu against her Mawile. We're going to Thunderbolt it down as he Iron defense for no reason. Then I could just stay in, just Thunderbolt him, knock him out. So that's great for us. We get a free KO, essentially, as he switches out into her Mr. Mime. Now Mr. Mime is going to set up light screen. It's going to deflect a lot of special attacking moves as she gets me down to kind of scary HP. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. Switch out into my Lantern. Then I'm able to Confuse Ray it and then risk my Lantern for no reason. So I want to switch back into my Raichu. Raichu's able to Thunderbolt, knock out the Mr. Mime. As she sends out her Sylveon, I'm like, I don't want my Raichu to take a Dazzling Gleam. It might knock me out. So switch out into my Stunfisk. I'm taking these Dazzling Gleam pretty well. I'm looking for a Paralyze, but eventually it's going to crit me, knock me out, and I lose Stunfisk. And honestly, I feel like I've lost more Pokemon in this Nuzlocke compared to all my other Nuzlocke videos, I'm gonna be honest. We lose our Stunfisk, which we just got like 10 seconds ago, but eventually the Denny's able to chip down at the Sylveon. I gotta risk it, but eventually, just barely got away with it. It got paralyzed at the end, and I'm able to knock out the Sylveon and get the 6th gym badge for us. Doesn't feel like the 6th gym badge. It feels like it's way earlier, but it is the 6th gym badge for some reason. Anyways, from there though, we're gonna face off against the Team Flare members in the Pokeball Factory. Pretty easy. I make a monster Manectric on accident, and I got scared, so I switch out into my Volt Absorbing Pokemon. Luckily, it can absorb all the electric moves, and we can knock out the Team Flare members in here, and then move on into the Lost Hotel, which our first encounter in here will be our final encounter of the game, which is a Magneton. Decent Pokemon, I gotta admit, decent Pokemon. We're gonna evolve our Magneton into a Magneton Zone, and then we're gonna head into the Ice Cave, beat down the Team Flare members once again, and then head into the 7th gym of the game, which is going to be Olympia's gym, which the level cap for this is level 48, and we should be fine. Alright, we got lost a little bit in her puzzle. This is the first time I ever got lost in her puzzle, but we're able to get through the puzzle and face off against Olympia. Olympia is going to be the Psychic type gym leader of the game. We're going to start the battle against her using my Lantern. Lantern's going to Thunderbolt down to Sigilyph. Eventually, you can knock him out. 3-shot, just barely 3-shot him, but I'm able to knock him out. I'm low HP. I stay in though. I don't know why. Could have been dangerous, but I want to get the Paralyze off on the Slowking. Eventually, through all his shenanigans, I'm able to Thunderbolt him and get a Paralyze off on him, which is nice. He's going to keep yawning me, which if he hits me with a Psychic, it goes down. But I'm able to send out my Heliolisk and Thunderbolt him, knock him out. For sure. Then she's going to switch out into a Meowstic. It's going to flinch me. It's fine. I want to get a Paralyze on it with Thunderbolt. Luckily, I do. And then it's going to call mine up, which is kind of scary. Thunderbolt once again. Look at him low on HP. Got him low on HP. But he's going to Hyper Potion up. I don't know why I Quick Attack. Should have Thunderbolted. But I want to switch out into my Magneton next. And Magneton is actually able to Flash Cannon down the Meowstic in 3 shots. As you can see, look at this. Take all the hits for free. Even Potion up and knock him out eventually. 3-shot him with Thunderbolt, and we beat Olympia. Just completely destroyed Olympia, I'll be honest. Didn't lose a single Pokemon, which is nice. This is not too much for us to do. We have to head back all the way into Geosenge Town. It's kind of annoying because I don't have a flying Pokemon. So once we head into Geosenge Town, well, we're going to face off against the Team Flare members in here. We're going to face off against the Team Flare members right before Viola, and then the giant weapon thing goes off, and it's the end of the story. Anyways, moving on. We're also going to beat the Professor Sycamore. I mean, that's a fun battle, I guess. After that, though, we're going to finally head into Wolfric's gym, the 8th gym leader of the game. And its level cap is at level 59, and we're going to face off against him in his gym. So Warfric's going to be the Ice type gym leader of the game. He's going to start the battle using Abomasnow against my Magneton. I want to stay up, just Flash Cannon, almost one-shot him, just through the neck. So I'm just going to stay in. Unfortunately, the hail is going to bother me a lot, so He's gonna waste all his potions, and I'm gonna mirror shot him, and then a flash cannon once again to knock him out. Then he's gonna switch out into his Avalog, and I'm like, I can't switch out. If he has Earthquake, he has Earthquake. I gotta just flash cannon right now. Flash cannon actually destroys him, just boom. I thought he had Sturdy, but apparently he didn't. From there though, he's gonna switch out into his Cryogonal. I don't want to risk it. Maybe he has something crazy up his sleeve, but I want to flash cannon him, do a bit of chip damage to him. I don't want to risk it, because I mean I could get confused, and then he got lucky with Ice Beam, and I could go down. So I'm not gonna risk it. Switch out into my Raichu, and I got frozen. So that's not good. Switch out into my Heliolisk, and Heliolisk will finally Thunderbolt, knock out the Cryogonal for us, and we get the 8th and final gym badge of the game. Now, you might be wondering how we can keep the level cap for the Elite Four. Now, the Elite Four is going to be level 65 to 68. So if we head into the Elite Four at level 65, outside of that, if I gain more levels, it doesn't matter at all. Come in at level 65, and whatever XP I get is whatever XP I'll get. I think that's a fair negotiation, you know. After that, we're going to head into the Victory Road, clear through Victory Road, of course, and then head into the Elite Four next. The Elite Four, I'm actually pretty worried about our chances in the Elite Four. We are missing a lot of our Pokemon. We have 5 Pokemon as a whole team to begin with. So I want to head into the easiest chamber I can. We're going to head into the Water Chamber, and we're going to face off against the Water type Elite Four member in here. We're going to start the battle against Sealberg using our Raichu. Raichu is going to be a monster with Thunderbolt, knock out the Clawitzer in one shot. He's going to switch out into his Gyarados for no reason. He gets obliterated by the Thunderbolt. Then he's going to switch out into his Barbarical, and I completely forgot I have Grass Knot on this Pokemon, so I just kept Thunderbolting him, and then for dumb reasons, I took the Stone Edge. So eventually, I will knock out the Barbarical, but I should have just used Grass Knot. It probably would have killed him at that range. And then he's going to switch out into a Starmie. I thought I was going to use a Water move, switch out into my Heliolisk, and then just took a giant Side Shock. Luckily, Heliolisk can outspeed him and also knock him out in one shot using Thunderbolt. So things are looking good for us. Steel type Elite Four member, which is Wingstrom. We're gonna start a battle against this Klevky using our Raichu once again. Raichu is just gonna Thunderbolt spam. Eventually, we'll knock out the Klevky, 2-shot him, and then switch out into his Probopass. I'm like, ugh. I could break his Sturdy with. I should have just kept using Thunderbolt, but I broke his Sturdy using Grass Knot, and then Thunderbolt isn't enough. Now I'm tormented, and I can't really do too much. I decided to switch out my Raichu into my Lantern, which will take any Earth power pretty easily. And then I would return the favor and then knock him out in 2 shots using my Surf. Works out pretty well. Should have used a C instance though. Note to self, use a C instance. You can switch out into his H/. I decided to switch out into my Magneton. Now Magneton is a pretty tough Pokemon, but Sacred Sword is going to do a big chunk to me. Luckily it did not King Shield up and just let me hit him and then knock him out in 1 shot. And then his final Pokemon will be a Scizor, Steel type Pokemon. I don't think it can knock me out. I don't think it has superpower. So I'm able to Thunderbolt him, do a lot of chip damage to him. I don't want to get Bullet Punch, so I want to switch out into my Dedenne. Take any hits pretty well, and then Parabolic Charge does not knock him out. Charge Beam does not knock him out. Should have used Parabolic Charge, but now I'm at Bullet Punch range, and I did not want to be there. So I want to switch out into my Heliolisk and absorb the Bullet Punch, and then Thunderbolt will knock him out. We beat the second Elite Four member, which is pretty nice. As we head into the 3rd chamber of the game, we're gonna face off against the Dragon Elite Four member. So you can start off the battle using Draglitch against my Lantern. I want to Ice Beam it. I freeze it. It's gonna get thawed. Okay, whatever. I take the hit. It's fine. It's getting Ice Beam once again. It freezes again. What is the odds on that? Is that 1 in 100? I think so, right? It's 10%, 10% chances. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nutty. Knock out the Draglitch and then face off against her Altaria. I take the hits pretty well against Altaria. As you can see, Dazzling Gleam into an Ice Beam would knock out the Altaria for us. Then she can send out her Northern. Again, not too big of a difference. I can Ice Beam it. I live the Drag Pulse, but I do not do enough damage to knock out the Northern. And so I gotta switch out into my Magneton. Magneton will Thunderbolt it. 2-shot it will knock him out as I add speed because it gets paralyzed. And then he's gonna switch out into his Druddigon. I don't want to risk anything because Druddigon could be dangerous. So I'm going to switch out into my Dedenne. I want to Charm it down, lowers attack stat, and then eventually just nuzzle it down and then Parabolic Charge him down. As you can see, I regain my HP better than he could do damage. And I'm able to eventually knock out the Druddigon for me. And we beat the Dragon type Elite Four member pretty easily. Next up, we're going to face off against the Fire type Elite Four member Malva. She didn't start the battle using her Pyro against me as I started the battle using my Raichu. Raichu used a Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, he used Normal Roar. Lower attack stat, so I got a Thunderbolt once again, would knock him out. But Torkoal comes on next. I know this thing has Earthquake, so that's gonna be dangerous. I decided to stay in. I get him paralyzed as he curse up. That's not enough. He's getting full restores as I switch out into my Lantern, hoping Surf can knock him out. Surf does not knock him out, but I could live in Earthquake. Luckily, Torkoal is not that strong of a Pokemon, so 2 Surfs will knock out the Torkoal for me. Then she's gonna switch out into her Chandelure. Now Chandelure, obviously a Ghost type Pokemon. I want to switch out into my Heliolisk. Luckily, didn't use Fire Blast. I'm able to use Surf, get him down to red HP as he confused me. I'm not taking any chances. Switch out into my Raichu. Avoid the Flamethrower because I have a Lax Instance on, and then Thunderbolt will knock out the Chandelure, and then her final Pokemon will be a Talonflame. I'm able to Thunderbolt that thing down too and knock it out. Now the final chamber of the game will be against the champion Diantha. Now, Diantha is going to be a specialist in a lot of different Pokemon, so we're going to start the battle using our Magneton against her. Bad pick, it's a fighting type Pokemon, but luckily it doesn't actually hit me with anything as I avoid a Flying Press, and I'm able to Thunderbolt it, knock him out. Next up, she's going to switch out into her Tyrantrum. I'm going to Flash Cannon, knock it out in one shot, and then it's going to switch out into Goodra. Goodra's going to be a pain. It's always been a pain throughout this playthrough, so I'll switch out into my Dedenne. Dedenne is going to nuzzle down the Goodra as it gets paralyzed, so I can switch out into my Lantern next. Lantern is going to take a Fire Blast and then Ice Beam it down. Unfortunately, I miscalculated or something. It gets full restored all the way up to max HP. It's unfortunate. But I'm able to chip it down all the way again. I freeze it, but unfortunately, it's gonna full restore once again, and then eventually will knock out my Lantern, which I'm not a big fan of, honestly. So I'm like, I think it's gonna full restore again. It's kind of looking annoying. So I want to come out nuzzle down with my. So I want to come down nuzzle down with my Dedenne, charge beam up. It just gets paralyzed. It does not hit me ever again. It just gets paralyzed. It does not hit me again. So I'm able to 1v1 knock out the Goodra using my Dedenne, which is amazing. Great for us, actually. Next up, she's going to switch out into her Aurorus. I'm not taking any chances. I want to switch out directly into my Magneton, and then it's going to light screen up, which is kind of funny because Flash Cannon one-shots through it, kills her. Oh my god. Next up, she's going to switch out into Gorgeist. I don't want to risk anything. Switch out my Pokemon, save my Magneton for the Gardevoir in the back, and then switch out into my Heliolisk. Heliolisk, well, doesn't do too much against her. It's kind of unfortunate. Then switch out into my Dedenne. Dedenne is able to nuzzle it down, get some damage off on it, but eventually Phantom Force will knock me out, which is kind of upsetting. I don't heal myself high enough as Phantom Force will knock me out, but I switch out into my Raichu next. Raichu is able to Thunderbolt it, and then it's going to miss its Phantom Force. I'm able to Thunderbolt once again, and once again to knock it out. Then she can switch out into her ace, her Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir is going to Mega Evolve, obviously, and then I'm able to Thunderbolt it, avoid a Moonblast with my Lax Instance, and then Thunderbolt once again, get it paralyzed. It gets paralyzed, and then Thunderbolt once again would knock it out. So honestly, what a monster Raichu is. My starter Pokemon lasted the entire Nuzlocke, which is amazing. Unfortunately, as you can see from the screen, most of my Pokemon are gone. That is not the final battle of the game. We're gonna face off against AZ, and well, luckily AZ kind of chokes away. Should've just used Earthquake. If he used Earthquake, probably be a different scenario here, but we're able to knock out AZ using the rest of our Pokemon, and we're able to beat the entire game of Pokemon Y using only electric type Pokemon. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and watching all the way to the end. If you guys can, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge videos just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It would greatly help my channel. Anyways, my name is Ben Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day, and out. Peace.